Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Unlucky Ones for our second season, which we have called The Unlucky Sons, which is played on the Savage World system using the Weird War 1 companion. I got through the whole thing that time. I'm very proud of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Ryan. I am your DM for this season, and I'm going to pass it to Peter, who is in some direction not relevant to me, and he is going to tell us about his character and what he's generally feeling about the upcoming mission.
So, Winkler. Oh, hello, I'm Peter, by the way. So, Winkler was very, very not in any of that war. Kind of sleeping on the job, if you could say that. So, I think he's going to be really excited for this first mission.
You think he's going to be or he is? I mean, he's going now.
I don't know the details of the mission besides we're going to the mission. So, right now, he's happy until I'm briefed.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm under the table this week. I play a character named Billy Radsmith.
Why are you eating the carpet?
My table.
Who is a street rat turned into EMT, turned into hopefully a medical doctor by the end of this. Billy is excited for the mission because he was actually just getting bored of the trenches, if I'm being honest. Even though there was a lot of fighting and war that was happening, he wasn't a fan of that, but he is bored of the trenches.
You were born on the street?
My name's Thomas. I play a character named Sammy, and he's excited, but if he sees a cow, he's gonna lose his mind.
That's established.
He
does not like cows.
really hates cows.
Gotcha. Oh, and that brings it back to me, your lovely DM or War Master or God, whatever you prefer. I am Ryan yet again, and this week's fun fact about World War I, which I got to find a better name for, is that the term World War I was not actually used until 1939. So at the time of the actual war, they called it the Great War, or just the war in Europe. And in June 12th of 1939, Time magazine actually dubbed the name World War I, probably because they were about to head into a second one, or they had already. So they knew that, okay, that was the first, which, to be fair, makes sense. If they called it World War I from the get-go, that would have been a little alarming.
Checks out.
This is the World War, and you will be a part of it.
Well, it's not even that. It's if they started with World War I, everyone would be like, wait a fucking minute, there's another one? Why are you numbering them?
It's been a few
Why all of a sudden?
a few editions of that war, so it's like Xbox, so I go right back to being World War I again. We'll be like,
No, if we get two more World Wars and then everyone gets tired of World Wars around World War IV, they'll release a reboot called World War I.
World War X.
ONE.
Well, that's like when they're experimenting.
And then they'll get the Z, and then we get the zombie.
They're running out
again.
of letters.
And then, when they run out of real wars, they'll release zombies on us.
These are some weird wars.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's resume our time in the trenches. So actually, they're getting on a truck. As the sun begins to kind of drop low in the sky after your day of regular work, you're each kind of geared to leave. You were just informed by Staff Sergeant Phelps that you have your first out-of-trench mission. You're going to check on a small French town called Insolé that a supply truck had passed through and never made it to the trench.
Very insolable of you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm glad someone laughed at that.
This town can't dissolve.
Took a second.
With that, you guys are kind of packing your gear. You've got all your stuff together that you would normally take on a mission, and you head to the truck in about an hour as instructed. If there's anything you'd like to do before we depart from the trench, you're free to do so.
Yes, my Napoleon statue. That's standard order now. Puts it in my nice
I like that you
jacket.
acted it out, knowing full well that no one can see it.
For everyone at home, this is what happened. Peter lifted up his arms, grabbed his shirt, and stuffed in like he was stuffing it into a jacket.
So yeah, he roughly understood it's in Eugene's front right pocket.
I was getting into the
Or
character.
left, I guess. So yeah, you guys pack everything. Unless there's anything else you need to do, you'll head to the truck.
Sammy, did you pack your ointment?
I packed it for him.
Good, Billy.
What the hell are you talking about?
I also packed your ointment.
That was my ointment. Oh,
Yeah.
can I have that back?
Your mom
No.
told me to keep it.
Why did you?
Billy walks away.
No, you got whatever.
No, I need that ointment back.
No,
Though,
I'm just
seriously.
gonna walk away.
I call him shotgun. I yell as I walk away.
It's for my leg.
I'm gonna go to. Is it like an armory in the trench?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the armory and like. So I'm like, hey,
Tell Can I get that trench coat?
Can I get like a couple smoke grenades by chance?
So you enter the armory where the master at arms is there, and he's just like, what? Sorry, I've been sleeping.
We're about to go on a mission to the French town. Is it like
The French town, nice.
I don't know the name of it. They haven't told me.
Insoluble.
They don't tell me. So,
I'll get paid enough.
is it alright if I borrow some smoke grenades?
You're gonna borrow them?
I'll give the
I'm gonna borrow
cartridges.
them permanently.
No, I'll give the cartridges back.
Do you have like some kind of commission for these, or are you just asking me as like a bro?
I'm just asking to see if I can get some.
Roll a. I don't even know what the hell you roll. Persuasion -2 because you're just asking.
No, 3.
He goes, I can't just give you ordnance without any kind of like order or like commission or something.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna walk. Where is who's like in command that's going with us?
Your whole squad's going.
I'm gonna go to. Is
Sammy's
Phelps going
in
with us
command.
or?
Huh?
Is Phelps?
Yeah. All of Delta's
I'm
going.
gonna go to Phelps. Hey,
Phelps is on the truck. So
what about Sergeant McConnell? No, McConnell. Whatever his name is.
Mitch McConnell? No, Sergeant McAllister. You're a sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
McAllister.
he is also headed to the truck.
My God, Sergeant McAllister, sir.
Yes.
Do you think we could, before we head out, do you think we can like swing by the armory and get some like smoke grenades to pop cover if needed?
Whatever commission was necessary would have been filled by Corporal Reynolds.
Okay.
Because he is the guy who deals with all that.
I'm gonna go find him.
He's on the truck.
So I'm gonna like go to the truck.
So he'll grab you
What's
as you turn
taking
to walk
Sammy
away
so long?
and go, no, I think you misunderstand. All the ordnance that we're allowed to have, he already has.
Oh, okay. Do we have one by chance?
I don't know,
I'll
but
go ask him.
You see us throwing grenades
I'm gonna,
and like
I'm
juggling.
gonna like get on the truck and sit
catch.
next to Corporal
Oh, you got
Reynolds.
it, Eugene.
what?
Oh,
Do we have like smoke grenades or like regular grenades by chance?
He goes, I have a couple, yeah.
I'm more of like a cover scenario just in case type thing.
Yeah, I know. People the trench over have told me that you're harassing them about smoke grenades.
I literally just did that. How'd you find out about that?
He yelled
news
it.
spread fast.
You see a guy looking out of,
Give me
the,
it.
out of the room, and he's like, "Don't listen to this guy. He's trying to steal smoke
So I'm just
grenades
gonna
from
sit there and
everybody."
Okay. Glad that very
What-
fruitful
What's wrong
bit
What
of-
I'm gonna do is
Sammy
I'm just gonna
narrative happened.
attach my bayonet to my gun.
Okay, so Sammy finally, with his obsession over smoking compelled, he sits down in the truck. What are you two gonna do, if anything?
I was just going to the truck.
Okay.
I made my point.
Yeah, we already.
Okay, so you all kind of head to the truck quickly. You gear up. You've got your equipment. The rest of Delta meets you there, and you kind of line into the truck. So for reference, you're in the back of like what is essentially a supply truck, but with no
Like
supply.
Call of
I'm
Duty.
glad Reynolds put the smoke grenades in the back.
Oh, I dropped them out the back.
You're in the okay. We're not doing that kind of improv.
Oops, I exploded.
So you guys are in the back of the truck with all your gear that you would have for the mission. So as you begin rolling out of the trench, the scarred countryside begins to give way to the more serene French forest, although it's taken on a darker spin knowing where you're headed and knowing that you're headed to a potentially dangerous mission. The sky has not really lightened much. There's still bursts of rain every couple of minutes. Nothing sustainable and nothing heavy, but every now and again, just some rain that kind of falls through the sky. Assembled in the back of your truck on the small benches lining down the two sides is the entirety of Delta Squad. So on the right side, you have Sergeant Sullivan, who is the leader of the other half of Delta. You have Private O'Connell, who is sitting there kind of just cleaning his rifle, preparing. Corporal Reynolds, who has his little book that he keeps reading famously as he just kind of is flipping through it. And he's got it like kind of open in his helmet, and he's just kind of looking through
Two
it.
Cities book, right? Two Tower.
Yep. Yeah, that's the famous book.
It's
Two
actually
Towns.
between two pits.
Oh, of hell.
And then you have Private Hughes, who at this moment is just kind of staring ahead, half emotionless, with his kind of, you can see like the emerald green of his eyes just kind of staring. Like he's probably looking at you, Billy, because you're across from him, but he's looking through you, like he's lost in thought.
And you see Billy staring back, smiling, not aware of the fact that he's actually just staring out into thought.
Right.
They're both staring into their own thoughts.
As the camera, if you will, turns to face the other side, we have Sergeant McAllister, who is sitting next to Staff Sergeant Phelps. They're kind of going over some maps of the town in like a hushed whisper. Driving the truck is a random soldier that was just brought on board. But you can't really talk to him because he's, divided by the truck.
That guy's quiet.
Just lean out the window, talk to him.
So you're each, what would each of you be doing on the ride? It's probably about a 3-hour ride, so you got some distance.
I feel
3
like-
hours is a lot, maybe like an hour and a half.
I feel like unless otherwise prompted, I would be taking a nap.
I think Eugene would be looking at the maps as best he can if they let him.
So you're kind of craning the neck back. Make a notice roll. See what you can pick up.
Wow, I can't see it. My leg hurts too much.
So you kind of lean back and trying to notice, but the bumps are kind of shaking you up a bit. It's hard to tell. Billy, unafraid of as ever, is just sleeping. What about Sammy?
I can't wait to be a corporal.
Well, I guess he fell asleep quickly because he was looking at Private Hughes a couple seconds ago.
Oh yeah, that's true. I passed out. I was so lost in his eyes.
Yeah.
He lost the staring contest.
So what would Sammy be up to on the ride? If anything, he could just kind of hang out.
He's just kind of talking to Corporal Reynolds.
What is he saying?
He's like, he's asking, oh, you ever been on a mission like this before?
He says to towns?
No, like stuff like we're doing now. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I've been outside the trench. If that's what you're asking.
Is it
On a mission? Yeah.
Is it like? Does it ever burst into violence and like that, or is it like more of like a supply
mission?
run? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're going
You
out
get
a
hit in the
trip.
head on the way here.
No, it's just I know.
Sammy, you're being a little different today.
Nah.
Okay.
As he rubs his knot in his head, he got hit with the board.
He goes, yeah. So yeah, missions tend to get violent sometimes.
Okay, cool.
He's nervous.
Great knowledge to have.
He's gonna and as he rubs his knot on the side of his head
Yeah,
still.
Reynolds is gonna like kind of side eye you for a second and look down to his book. And so, without anything else, we'll continue on.
I've never been on a field trip before.
What?
Oh, Billy's sleeping. Dang, I forgot.
Oh no, I'm awake. Hey, what's up?
Oh, I've never been on a field trip before.
Oh well, let me tell you, it's
mission.
a really good time. So I went to a field trip once over the Golden Bridge, and past the Great Line of Chicago lies a new state,
Chicago.
Chicago Light. I called it at the time. And then
was
Billy
lying.
will roll back over and be like, anyway, I'm gonna continue to take
I've
a nap.
never. The most field trip
was
I've been
that?
on. The most field trip I've been on was to another town to get more cows, and herd them back on horses.
I've never actually seen a cow.
Anyway,
You also go to sleep.
no, he's gonna turn to his gun and just start like looking at it, clearly
was a
trying to ignore.
That was a good conversation.
So as you're going over the bumps and stuff, Private O'Connell's going to turn to you, Sammy, and go, so you think there'll be some combat?
I feel like I just had this conversation.
What a mean thing to say to somebody.
Alright, fuck you too,
No,
buddy.
I kind of hope so. And he, like as he loads his bullet back into his gun,
Why are you guys so mean?
he's like taking out like looking around at his bullet.
He goes,
Kind of hope. I kind of hope there is.
He goes, all right, asshole. So I think realistically, we'll see some combat. I bet you I could drop more grays than you can.
You got yourself a deal. I feel like I could do more than you.
How much money you have?
I could bet $10.
50.
50 it is.
Coward.
Wait, they give
That's all
you
I got
money?
is 50.
I don't have any money.
So 50 it is. Shake on it.
Oh, here you
so
can
we
have
know it's
like
true.
$5
So
from
he
it.
looks at your hand kind of like
It doesn't count unless you shake.
half disgusted, but then he shakes it.
It's like this is.
And then he turns to Billy and he goes, hey, wake up.
Hey, what's up?
Don't go getting any more promotions.
I didn't plan on the first one. Won't plan on the second.
That's my job.
Nah,
I'm next.
you maintain your current level of uselessness. And then he
I'll show you all.
sits back down. Well, he was sitting already, so he just kind of disengages.
Sammy's just like sitting there with his bayonet. He's like,
Billy, he's a little mopey on your promotion.
Oh,
and
it's
take out his little trench knife. He's like, Sammy's gonna be sitting there like the thing like practicing in air, like stabbing
So
Germans.
for everyone who is not at the table, Thomas is swinging the air like a knife.
Sammy, careful. There's bumps.
Shut your mouth.
So Sammy's shadow knife.
Why are you all so mean?
I got you, Eugene.
So after the 3-hour car ride,
Where all feelings have been hurt.
all feelings have been scorned. The truck slowly comes to a stop, kind of gently though, not like anything aggressive. And Phelps will kind of lift his head up from the maps and go, all right, McAllister's team, you're going to exit here, wait approximately 15 minutes, and then enter the town from this side. You will begin investigating the missing supply truck. If there are civilians, leave them alone. This is still an allied town as far as we're aware. If everything is just as good as new, you can put your weapons away, walk around, try and gather information about what's going on. If there are hostiles, engage. Either way, meet in the large plaza fountain in the center of town in about an hour.
Yes, sir.
So for you guys, an hour and 15.
Yes, sir.
So we are like full geared up, right?
Yeah, you're
not
right.
trying to be stealthy or anything.
That's up to you guys. So
Take off your
McAllister goes, yes, sir. He goes, all right. And gestures for you to hop out of the truck.
All right, I'm going out
Woo,
first.
let's get this shit.
Ow, my leg.
So as you kind of hop off, the truck will slowly pull away.
Sam is clearly excited.
Sammy's clammy.
And as McAllister you guys are in a like a more wooded area. As McAllister kind of leads you off to a side that's not in the open, and he clicks out his watch, and he goes, "Okay, we got 15 minutes, and then we're gonna head into town." He goes, "The general plan, considering we don't know the status of this town, we probably want to keep our heads on the low. We probably want to be as quiet as we reasonably can, because if we walk into an occupied town, we're gonna end up as mincemeat in no time."
Do we see the town like the horizon, like 15 minutes away?
Do we have
or how far?
binoculars?
Yeah.
We just scout it out before we head in and make sure it's not occupied.
I mean, I
And a
don't
monocle?
know. All right, I forget you guys are all recruits. Generally speaking, if you're hiding in a town that your enemy owns and you don't want them to know that you've taken it, you don't walk around in the open. Just as a tip. If we ever occupy a German town, please don't go strolling around in the open with your weaponry.
Sounds like a plan to me.
We're doing it right now.
No, we're in a wooded area. Remember, we're like,
We're about to do it.
yeah. Well, we're not going to stroll through it.
Is
We're
that
gonna-
insubordination?
And we're going.
Oh, okay. Well, then why don't you lead?
All right. Well, I have to walk at a half pace because I'm slower.
Okay.
All right, as I limp that way.
Anyway, do we know which way the truck, like which way it would be coming in and leaving from?
The supply truck?
Yeah.
It'll come in from the north side, the south side and left out the north.
But so we don't know if it left the town or not.
We pretty safely know it didn't.
Okay.
He goes, "All right. Any other thing else before we go?"
How many people were in the truck?
The supply truck?
Was it like just two
Just
people?
the 2 soldiers that occupy it. Again, we assumed this was safe territory, so we would have had minimal guard. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. And so he'll kind of take out a cigarette and light it and wait a couple minutes. If you guys have anything you want to do to prepare or do anything else, you're free to do so.
What side of the
Otherwise,
town are we on?
you guys will be entering from the, I believe I said east.
So the truck came in or exit this way? Or
Neither.
neither? Okay.
Anything else?
no, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. He goes, "All right." Then after some time, he'll kind of take out his watch and go, "All right, let's roll." Make a stealth roll.
I'll lead the way. Ow.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, Eugene. You'll get the hang of it eventually.
5.
A 9.
Fail.
And Sergeant McAllister got a 9. And so, Eugene, you're going.
Don't think I should be leading this. Ow.
And as you go, you kind of carelessly step through the brush. You know, you're not good at stealth. You're not physically
I'm
active.
carrying not to step on my foot.
And as you're going, kind of like pansy-footing your way through the brush, McAllister kind of grabs you aggressively by the back. And he goes, "All right, listen." He goes, "You need to get the fuck over yourself right now." He goes,
I'm trying. My leg don't work,
"I
sir.
will shoot you in the head if you do not shut the fuck up."
Sir.
He goes, "You need to seriously get over yourself. I know you want to command, and part of that is understanding the team dynamic. Got it?"
Got it.
And then it pans over to Billy real quick, who is like, "Man, this is easy. This is like when I was in Chicago stealing bread."
Why am I leading the pack?
And so he'll drop you and then walk kind of in front of you. And he'll go, "I don't want to hear any more bitching, so shut the fuck up." And then he kind of guides you through the brush. As you approach the crest of town, so you two do well enough. Billy, you do exceptionally well, right? You got a
Yeah, I got a 9.
9.
Yeah, I think
And
that's good.
so you maybe, would Billy want to help Eugene with his extra?
Can I do that? I didn't know I could do that.
Basically, as a raise, I would say
Yeah.
you're basically also able to help him.
Yeah, well, I'll walk. I'll be like behind Eugene, and I'll scare him once, and I'll be like, "Hey, Eugene, think about it like this: if you lay really low, people can't see you.
I still have the splint on my leg.
That's fine. You just crawl.
You definitely don't have a splint if you're on a mission.
Well, it's only been like a day.
If you crawl on the ground, the people won't see you. Think about it if you were like stealing from your like family.
Yeah. All right. I'll try.
Great.
So that was my help.
So yeah, you guys kind of move your way through the brush, and as you come through the forest, you kind of come out to a road that enters the town. It's a small dirt road. Like I said, there's still kind of some rainfall, so there's a light fog, but nothing too obfuscating. And as you approach, you see a large red barn with paint that's kind of peeling off of the sides, and a bunch of rotted out boards that have kind of degraded to the point where there's holes in them. Just kind of left a little bit as a small white farmhouse with like one of those green shingle roofs. Also in a bit of disrepair, but not like abandoned disrepair, more like the people who live here don't feel like maintaining a disrepair. And so McAllister will kind of halt you as you get close and goes, well, there's my first guess where our truck might be.
Look at it. I'll be like, I'm down.
While they're just kind of
Check it
look
out.
for potential like tire tracks.
Yeah, good intuition. Make a notice roll.
Maybe survival.
Yeah,
Since I'm
that's
tracking.
fine.
5.
So on a 5, your intuition is correct. You do see several tire tracks, but I would say the issue is that this is also a road. You do see some headed towards the barn, though.
Point him out like, sir, there's tracks heading towards the barn.
He goes, even better. Good work. And, okay, let's quietly approach the barn. And so
I'm down. I'll go
with your
first.
pre-existing notice rolls and the fact that as a group you more or less succeeded, you'll be able to approach the barn. And McAllister kind of peeks an eye in there and goes, I don't see anything.
Is there like when we look up, is there like a window that's open?
There's like one of those hay things. I don't know what they're called, like elevator type.
Like
beams.
there's an entrance up there.
No, not unless you want to scale the building.
Well, I can see if someone could boost me up, I can peek in.
Not that, no, it's higher up than that. It's like 20 feet.
Oh.
He goes, I don't see anything in there.
Here, let me see if I can look. So I'm gonna look.
So you can look around.
Does it notice?
Yes.
6.
So with the 6, you will be able to look around the barn, and you notice that there's nothing in here. I mean, nothing in here at all. I mean, there's the barn, and there's some tools and stuff, but there's nothing else. No animals, nothing like that.
Like that's odd. From my experience on the farm, you at least keep some kind of animals in here.
From
It's
my
kinda odd
experience, Chicago, there's no animals anywhere.
I haven't seen a cow yet.
We've had enough of Chicago at this point. So
Speak for your fucking self.
anyway, I mean, this is unusually odd that nothing's in here.
He goes, I agree.
Like really unusual. Because there's like a little bit of tools, but usually there's like a horse or two in there.
All right, calm down there. I mean, it's just an empty barn. He
Well-
goes, maybe they just don't farm anymore. It's not like the end of the world.
Well, my thing is it could have been cleared out to hide something.
Yeah, that's my thought. The truck was probably here at one point, especially with your pointing out of the tire tracks.
Eugene kind of looks around and sees if there's any like gizmos, pulleys, or some sort of mechanical nuances to this building.
So there are some like pulleys and stuff, but that's common for every barn. If you want to determine if they're like special, you can make a repair roll.
Well, good thing I got that. Eugene got that new.
Eugene got that new.
Got that new.
No. Yeah, that's bad. It's worse.
First Benny out, except for the other
yeah,
ones.
the other one was a young Benny.
Come on, spend all your pennies.
I need to show my skills.
He said, I got a save
Come on,
face.
you got 2 more. Show your
really
fucking
need to
He
skills.
said, I got a
show.
save face after pissing the sergeant off.
Oh, come on, you got 1 more.
You know what? I think I have
my
it this
God.
time.
Yeah.
Nope. Well, those look like regular.
3 bennies
So-
in.
You
Regular
are
pulley.
pretty intelligent, Eugene, but it's either maybe it's a combination of the concussion that you might still be healing from or whatever.
The
but
wound from the.
Can I?
Wait, let me finish. As you look up, they are pulley systems, but you know that barns usually do have pulleys to deal with like hay and like raising stuff up to the second floor. So you can't tell if there's anything unique or special about them. That could just be part of the normal barn.
Can I look at the tools and with my background, if I can decide what they are?
The
with a common,
tools, I'll
with a
tell
common
you for
knowledge.
free that the tools are just barn tools. There's like a
Is there,
pitchfork,
but there's no weapons or anything in there.
No, nothing out of the ordinary. A scythe maybe, like for cutting grass, not like Grim Reaper. And then like one of those little saws called where like each person holds
Yeah.
a side. Yeah. There's nothing
Yeah.
to confirm that it's like an army truck, but there's definitely treaded tire that
Can
would
we
make you
just-
think up some
Is
truck.
this the only building that can store said truck?
Sir, is
For the 5 feet of town you've walked
Yes.
in, yes.
sir, is it possible we can make entry and see what's going on, or
You really like this barn, huh?
just suspicious? I'm just seeing if it's possible.
He goes, I'm going to veto that, mostly because we have a lot of town to search in only an hour.
Okay.
He goes, I concur with you that the truck was probably here at some point.
Can
He
I?
goes, but it is obviously no longer here.
Can I like walk around back and see if I could pick up more tracks?
Are you asking me or your sergeant?
Sergeant.
Oh, he goes, well, we're going to go around back anyway, so you can just peek on the way out.
Okay.
He goes, all right, let's go. And he'll kind of guide you up the road towards the actual town. So you can make a survival if you're trying to see if anything entered the barn. What was that?
It was really
3
complicated.
8s and a 1.
26, right?
Why can't I do that?
That's a lot of
So
numbers.
25. So you're like,
'Cause we're wounded.
you look down and you're like, yeah, I recognize those wide treads anywhere. That's an American-made tire right there. I tell you what. So with your farm boy knowledge, you can confirm that those are American-made tires based on how they're designed.
I'm like, yep. I'm like, those are American-made tires right there.
He goes, I'm impressed, but also, yeah, I'm really agreeing with you that it was probably in there at one point.
Oh no, I was trying to track where it went.
Oh, it pulled in.
Like, oh, there's no sign of exit.
No.
Like, but the thing that confused me, there's no sign of exit. Like, there's no exit route.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Wolfenstein.
There's an elevator in the barn. No.
Because like I didn't see any tracks that led out in the front or the back. So
maybe there's some supplies in there that they left, and we could just
in the barn.
Yeah,
they could have covered their tracks.
I mean,
if the team really wants to circle back to this barn, I won't stop us.
Let's keep going.
But I will hold you liable if we fail the mission.
How about we just keep it in the back of our minds and tag it on the way out?
Keep in mind that there's a
We'll
barn.
bring it up every 5 feet or so.
Yeah. So you guys cross the threshold into the town, into what I would call kind of the outer side. The outer side of the town is much more like a generic small village, you would imagine. Not like D&D village, but like a more modernized village. So there are a lot of small houses. The section you're in, I'm going to say more specifically, is 3 small wooden houses, almost like cot size, but maybe with 2 rooms instead of 1. A warehouse, a cobbler's store, a metalworker's store, a tailor, and then several grocers and bakers. And then off slightly in the distance towards the town proper, you can see a large church that is made of cobblestones. And then past that, you can see town proper, where it's like the main street would be, is all like stonework buildings. Like it's nicer. It's more put together.
Oh, okay.
It's like a big warehouse kind of warehouse? Or?
The warehouse, yeah, it does look like it's a shipping and receiving warehouse.
It's probably, if it went anywhere else, it's that warehouse. I vote.
I mean, I'm down to check out a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sergeant's like, that's where we were going for sure.
Good.
So everyone make a stealth roll as you enter the threshold of the town.
5.
6.
Fail.
Consistent.
Not crit fail, though.
So, all in all, pass. So, because your whole team, you passed more than you failed. So, Eugene's still struggling. Billy's still trying to help him. But you guys managed to work your way to the warehouse.
Thanks, Billy.
Hey, no problem.
As
Remember,
you get
stealing.
As you get to the warehouse, you can kind of see a large... I mean, they're warehouse doors. There's these large cargo doors that are shut. There are smaller doors around the sides and up high, like on top of the roof, so probably like 50 or so feet. Because there's like a subroof and then like a pointed roof, and there's windows on the subroof.
Oh, okay.
And so they're, like I said, about 50 feet up if you wanted to try and climb it. And then the large cargo doors and the only side door that you can see are locked, obviously.
Oh,
Is there
okay.
any like windows on the floor near us?
No.
Does the door have like an opening under that you can like somewhat peek under or no? Like a small peek?
Yeah, you could probably get like an eye, kind of like peeking through a keyhole.
Yeah. That or...
So McAllister kind of goes up to the lower door, and he goes, it's worth noting, but I don't have a way in at the moment.
Does anyone have like a mirror or something?
Can I find
Like
hooks?
something reflective. I can like reflect.
It's not that big. If you were to lay flat to the ground, you could barely see through.
Well, I know, but my idea was he was going to get like, for example, a car mirror, tie it to his knife and slide it under.
Right, what I'm saying is it's like a normal door gap. You can only see like a tiny bit if you press your eye to the ground.
How busy are the streets right now?
Empty.
Okay.
There hasn't been a person any time.
This is weird, isn't it? Kind of quiet.
I mean, it's kind of like war.
That's fair. Yeah.
Can I find like rope and like maybe like hooks,
So
like meat hooks?
meat hooks.
Why?
So I will give you.
Oh, I know.
You have a couple options. You can give me a Benny to find that, or you can use your scavenger perk to find that.
Do I have to roll something for scavenger?
No, scavenger's automatic.
Oh, okay. Well, then I used the scavenger.
Okay, yeah. So with his Chicago intuition and the scavenger
My
edge,
street rat intuition.
he's like, I remember. Well, why don't you explain to me how you know how to find these meat hooks?
So I remember I'm gonna look at Eugene and have an epiphany, basically, and be like, you know what I remember when I was in the middle of shopping cars in Chicago.
Wait.
Lots of cars usually drive
How are you a medic?
drive to like meat establishments, and more importantly, in small towns there are usually places that like hang meat and dry. That being said, I know that building over there probably has meat hooks and probably rope to hold those up.
So you want to go into a whole different building?
I can't say no to that.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Right.
It's up to you. Yeah, the scavenger perk says you find it, so
Yeah.
it could be right here. But if you want to go with a more logical reason, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the more. How dare you? Yeah, of course I am.
Okay, so Sergeant McAllister turns. He goes, "Good eye. I wouldn't have noticed that grocer was also a butcher."
Well, I'm gonna go grab some stuff. I think I got a way in.
We should stay together for sure.
That's fair too.
And so you
He
guys,
said I'm hungry.
you guys will kind of move your way across the street to this grocer/butcher that you see on this one particular section of town. The door is locked because it's still a business. And he's like, foiled again. No. Because you use the perk, it's not.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say, can I just smash it with the
He
gun?
jiggles the thing and he's like, oh, his lock's busted. And he kind of forces it open.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go collect several hooks.
Yeah, so on the front, you see nothing kind of weird or out of place. It's just a normal butcher's stand/grocery. So there's like some fruits, some vegetables, some normal general store stuff. And then you see the butcher counter, which has meat and stuff, but it's all closed up or whatever put away. And as you kind of turn the corner to the back room, make a fear roll.
A fear roll. I got you. What is that? My spirit?
Yes, -2.
Sammy's just gonna stand guard outside and look around.
Yeah, I assumed he was the only, because Billy was the only one saying he was going in. I assumed he was the only one heading in.
4, so 2.
2, so that's a fail. So you take level of fatigue.
Oh.
Oh, you don't gotta roll the d20 in this game?
Not for what he's about to see.
Oh.
So you turn the corner and you do find meat hooks. And you also find bodies on said meat hooks. So when you look in, you see kind of these pale green eyes. You see a man and a woman. As you see their pale like faces kind of staring down at you. They're currently hooked, and the hooks are like attached to the ceiling by some rope. And it looks as though on their lower half, the man is missing his lower right side of his body. Like it looks like if someone were to take a very sharp blade and then jam it through and then just rip it out with force without not trying to cut him so much, but trying to tear it out of his body with force.
So Billy will round the corner, and as that happens, I just go, ah! Oh my god! And then I'll fall back.
Okay, so immediately McAllister enters the room with his gun out, and he goes, "Oh my god!" And he looks up to the people.
I gotta make a fear roll.
No, you're all good. So as he looks, he goes, "What the hell happened?" And you can see the other body is of a woman. The hooks here seem to have been driven down through her lower spine. So she has 2. One that seems to have been driven through her lower spine and is kind of hanging out from the back as if someone tried to rip it out and didn't go all the way out. And the other one is kind of driven through her upper chest area, like right underneath her neck bone or underneath her esophagus out through her chest plate.
Well, I guess.
And her left arm, or her left part of her body has a huge slash across it, and all her kind of organs have fallen out onto the ground.
Well, I said this place, and now I have to suffer with the consequence. So I'm going to pull the meat hooks out.
Yeah, so you use the perk, so I'm not going to make you do anything for it. You are, with the help of McAllister and your other squad mates,
Yeah.
did you guys come in? Do you react at all, or are you just stoic about this?
I'm outside.
Sam, after heard the scream and McAllister ran, Sammy went in for maybe just backup. And he was just like, when he walked in, he just kind of like paused at the door and just kind of froze for a minute until they started moving around. And he's like, oh.
Okay, so Sammy kind of frozen in shock as they kind of unhooked the 2 slowly. McAllister lays them kind of gently on the floor, and he's like, well, I think it's safe to say that this is no longer Allied territory.
That's probably fair.
And so he gets the hooks, and he gathers them up, and he's like, you go ahead, I'm gonna do something with these.
I think it's best to be me.
And so he starts looking around for like a sheet or a blanket to kind of
help
lay
him.
them to rest with. Okay.
Okay.
Sam's gonna like walk and kind of like close her eyes.
So you guys will go over there.
You think they'll notice that we moved the bodies?
I hope they don't go back. It's my secret.
So you're going to fashion a grappling hook is what the sound of this is.
Yeah, you got me.
You can make a repair roll
That sounds like a me thing.
to improvise a grappling hook.
I'd help. I can help you. You want help?
I mean, yeah, I'm down to take help.
So you guys roll that out. Sammy. Oh,
Go ahead, come on. Go ahead.
no. Go ahead, take a
I
break.
did this earlier. 8.
8?
8.
You get a +2.
Awesome. Yay. Oh, 6. I'm doing great already. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. -1. So 10.
So with a 10, you're able to with Eugene's help, you're able to fashion some grappling hooks. You kind of get the idea where you're like, oh, I put 2 hooks and then I throw it. And he's like, no, you got to put them back to back.
Yeah, 3 hooks.
Yeah.
This is after the car shop cut up the cars. We jumped in through the roof to steal the parts to sell those.
Right.
This is how
We
we did
stole
it.
it back from the people who
Yeah.
used to sell cars to.
Are we sure we're not supposed to go to war with Chicago?
They're dangerous.
So yeah, without much trouble, you do that. McAllister, you two, while that's going on, McAllister's going to be like, I don't know what the fuck happened here, and he's going to go and grab one of the like linen that they would use to cover one of the counters with, and he's just going to like gently lay it over the two of them and be like, if we retake the town, remind me to send the chaplain out this way.
Yeah, no, does this look like anything the Germans have done before?
Not in particular, but who's to know?
I'm like, I'll go. Where you want to bury him at?
We don't have time for that. I
Okay.
apologize. Plus, burying him in unsanctified ground is just kind of a bad idea anyway.
So Sam's not gonna look around to find a cross in the store. He's kind of like most towns at time.
Yeah, you know.
He's gonna take his
They're French Catholic. There's a cross.
He's gonna like place it on the bodies since they're next to each other.
And so he'll be like, all right, let's go back.
All right.
And so he'll kind of go with you as you guys regroup with the Chicago engineer there and his good friend.
Holding 2
Gimpy.
grappling hooks.
You don't think the rest of the people in this town are like that?
He goes, I have no idea. I do have an idea that we should figure out where this truck is and rendezvous with the rest of the squad because whatever the fuck happened to them wasn't pleasant.
It might happen to us.
I can't help
what's your
you throw
plan?
that.
So there was a secondary, like, not entrance, but like.
There's like a second tier of roofing, yeah.
Yeah, so I figured good start to get up there. A, for a vantage point. B, see if we can find a way in for there, or if we can see better inwards.
All right, do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just hurl that grappling hook up there.
You want to do it or?
Good question. Well, I'm excited, so either I'm gonna do it or someone's gonna stop me.
I mean, athletics. If you
I
wanna
can do it. Don't let me do it.
All right, here we go. Athletics, you said, right?
Yeah, he's not going to stop you.
Trumpets.
Fucking gross ass motherfucker.
Let's use all our mayonnaise.
Yeah, of course we will. Oh, that's a good number.
That's a good number. It's okay.
4. Yeah.
So with the basic success, you're able to attach the grappling hook to the second tier. Not a whole lot of special with it, but you could go.
Okay, awesome. Oh,
So-
I did it. I'm testing it. Let's go.
So yeah, you make an athletics roll to climb it.
Okay, okay. Oh well.
What'd you get?
2.
So you will climb it, but with some difficulty. So you'll take out fatigue from basically burning the shit out of your hands trying to climb this rime-shackled rope.
You're gonna make it so I can't roll at all.
Anyone else? So McAllister will follow with you.
I'll watch from down here.
Sam's gonna look at Winkler. He's like, he didn't tie knots to place your hands and feet on,
It's a good idea.
like a makeshift just
I'll
knots.
write
in it.
that down.
You got a problem with me, Sammy?
He screams it from up there.
So McAllister follows you up without much of an issue.
What do you feel like?
We should probably watch out for other people down here.
I'm gonna go up there.
All right.
Ow.
Why is everyone so mean?
You're gonna see me looking down, and it'll be like, Eugene, come up.
So as Sammy gets about a quarter of the way up, the hooks snap off and he falls and he takes damage.
Wait, what happened?
He got a crit fail.
Oh.
I guess can't get down now.
You take
Sorry,
7.
Eugene.
What's it going against?
Your
Better him
toughness.
than me.
6. So I'm
So
shaking.
you're shaken. So basically, your next action level -2 because you're not in combat right now. And so yeah, you kind of fall off and like land flat on your back, and you're like, "Ooh."
I'm like, this is why I don't like anything from fucking Chicago. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
And so you kind of pull yourself up out of the dirt.
I helped make that.
Well, I wasn't talking about you.
Reach his hand out.
You're gonna take his hand. Like, thank you.
So yeah, you got to get back to your feet with Eugene's help. McAllister goes, well, there goes our exit plan. And he,
I don't have 2.
Huh?
You don't have 2? You said there were 2
You
meat
tied
hooks.
2 back
there
to
was
back.
4 meat hooks, but you took 3 of them to make a.
Yeah, that's fair. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. But yeah, you, he goes, there goes our exit plan. He goes, might as well see what's up here.
Yeah. All right. So,
So are you going to make a notice, or do you want to assist him in making it?
I feel like
Stand
it's
lookout?
me, because why wouldn't I?
Okay, he'll assist you.
Me and Sammy will keep watch.
So you'll get a +1 from McAllister's assistance.
Oh, I crit failed.
What the fuck is happening at my table right now?
I blame Ryan.
So you're like, I got it. And you lean on the window, and then you just like.
Oh, it's like a
fall into
spinning
the
window.
warehouse.
It's one of those spinning
Yeah.
windows in like cartoons.
So McAllister reaches out to grab you, but his hand kind of whiffs as you fall through the roof.
Do we hear?
Yeah, you'll hear him
You hear me
crash.
scream.
well, I'm sure McAllister would tell us.
So for 9, what's your toughness?
Oh, that hurts. My toughness is 4.
Oh wow, so it's a wound even.
Oh, so I'm at 3 wounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you kind of like tumble through the
Minus
Welcome to the
roof
club.
and slam into one of the crates in the building as you kind of roll off
Does-
and land on the
You
ground.
hear me yell, it's like,
Does
ah,
McAllister
fuck!
tell us?
Well, considering it happened 1 nanosecond ago, no, he hasn't mentioned it yet.
And all you hear is me scream, fuck.
Billy!
No, what? I'm like,
And he goes, "You all right?
Ah.
Quiet." I know, but quiet.
I'm gonna stand outside like, what the fuck are they doing?
See if you can go unlock the front door.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look around. Is there anyone in here?
So you don't see any people in here on a first glance.
That's good.
If you want to take more time to search, you can, or you can just run for the door.
No, I'm gonna go to the door.
Okay, so you go to the door. And there are, so you two standing in front of this kind of main door.
Yeah.
The door unlocks, and you can see through the window that it's your friend Billy.
Oh, Billy, it's you.
Hey,
Hey, it's
guys.
not aiming the gun at him.
Got like splinters all over me.
Billy, what happened?
I fell.
What? It's my job.
You hear the sound of like bending metal as you go around the corner, and you see McAllister kind of shimmying his way down one of the like support, what are they called, like gutters almost. He's kind of like working his way down. He's doing pretty well, but and he kind of works his way down to the ground. He goes, "All right, thank God that didn't fall off." He goes, "All right,
Okay.
let's get inside."
So yeah. Is it dark in there?
So it's like dim. It's
Like turn on the lights.
towards the night. So you reach out to touch the light switch, and he slaps your wrist and goes, "You fucking stupid." Because what, did you guys get like lead poisoning while we were in the trench? What the fuck happened?
I got concussed.
I got concussed from that makeshift fucking thing.
I probably got concussed falling.
Yeah, all right, everyone's concussed. Who cares? Listen, so I need you to take a fucking minute before you get us all killed. All right?
That's my job.
Go, seriously.
Yes, sir.
Billy's the only one not fucking this up royally. He fell. That's not his fault.
Sir.
He goes, "Anyway, let's look around. Use your half of your brain at least, and see if between the two of you, you can't get us all killed." And so he's gonna go over to Billy and be like, "You all right?
You know,
Let me take a look at that."
I got it.
So
You want to heal yourself?
Yeah.
while they're doing this, can I?
So you can. It'll take 10 minutes, and you can only heal the one because that's the freshest one.
Okay.
You can make a medicine roll. It does have your healer bonus, and
And I can
remember
use
your
my
med
medic
kit.
bed. Yeah. So.
You used your med kit before, so
Oh.
use the med kit.
While this is happening, I want to like look around, see if I can
3, 2.
either see like footprints of like activity, like human
You're
activity,
making a notice, or notice because you haven't found them yet.
or would it be survival?
Survival's to track them.
So notice minus what? 2, because my shaking, right?
Yeah.
Anything from the dark or no?
With all my bonuses, I got a 4.
So you can heal the one wound that you just took then.
Okay, cool. Back to -4.
And so you're able to patch yourself up using some of the stuff in your bag. You didn't really get too hurt, maybe some scrapes, so you just kind of light bandaged them.
12.
On a 12, you make a notice. There are footsteps, but they appear to be a few days old. Eugene, anything you want to do?
Well, he just noticed and only noticed that, so I don't know if my notice would help. So
What did you get? Sorry.
12.
Yeah. Okay. You're good.
I don't think the result of my notice would be any different.
So instead of just noticing the entire room like an omniperceptive person,
I'm God.
how about we think about it? So in the warehouse, you will see a kind of, it's a pretty standard shipping warehouse. There are several crates lying around, maybe some tables with some small like
Any
glass
tarps?
goods or totes.
Tarps.
Oh, tarps? Nah, not in the open anyway. On the upper floor, you see more crates and boxes. All the crates have something in French written on them, and they're all wooden crates that have been nailed.
I guess I'll notice something maybe in German.
You want to look for something in German?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Do you know German or
No,
French?
but can I tell a difference pretty easily?
How?
I mean, they're different looking languages. I'm sure that we got example of some German went through basic.
So no, but I guess give me a common knowledge -2 because it's really not that common.
I'm gonna bust open a crate and see.
I read a lot of French text.
Yeah, because like you're right that they could be distinguishable, but if you didn't know either,
That -3 hurts. 3.
so you're like, this is definitely German, and then McAllister goes, no, it's for sure French, and then you're like, this one, German, and he's like, nope, that's not writing, that is a letter.
That's the serial number. Is that German?
It's Morse code.
Barcode.
You're fumbling around looking for German, but you don't know what German looks like. So Billy, after your 10 minutes of healing, while they kind of do that, is there anything you want to do? So Sammy's currently kind of looking around for footprints, maybe investigating where he finds them to see if there's any kind of connection. And Eugene's walking around trying to find out what German looks like.
Okay,
Look, my -3 hurts me. Okay.
So no, I think I'm gonna just take a minute.
Okay.
I think I'll be okay.
Okay, so you guys kind of look around for a while. Then Billy is the one who's not really actively doing anything. Make a notice roll for me.
Notice. Has a 0.
A 0? Okay. So you notice that something smells weird, but you can't place anything about it.
It's like flowers.
Nope, not like flowers, just weird.
Yeah, pretty much like flowers. They're pretty weird for me.
Does it smell like eggs?
It smells not like Smog City.
I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you when you're older.
I am older.
He goes, well, it doesn't look like there's a truck in here anywhere, so I think we might be barking up the wrong tree.
That or we're walking into a trap.
I mean, yeah. I will say I'd be pretty impressed if they predicted that he was going to fall through a second-story window.
I think
So they have to have the truck here, or we'll see them leaving with it. Is that the?
Yeah, we've been watching the town pretty much since the truck went missing. If they had left with it at any point, we would have seen
is
it.
there any tire tracks in here? My notice.
No.
Okay.
Well, you ready to
We can
move on
open
to
them
the
and see
next
what's in
place?
it.
Let's see.
We can open the box and see what's in them.
And how long has it been since the truck disappeared?
A couple weeks.
I mean,
since before you guys got
This
to the
can be
line.
just
Could it
like
have been dismantled?
if I mean, this can be like just a backup for German weapons and stuff. So just hide them in different boxes.
Could be.
So
I
let's
see any car
crack one
parts?
open.
You don't see any car parts.
Let's just crack one open.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick like
So he looks around and he's like, I got a crowbar.
just pick one, I guess. That's what we're doing.
Sure. And so
Is there anyone that stands out from the rest? Like,
so you want to help Sergeant McAllister, or do you want to make the main roll?
I'll make the main roll.
So he's going to assist you. That is a
Athletics.
+1 on your, I think it's just strength because you're trying to leverage it open.
9, 10.
He's not the unlucky one.
So you and McAllister kind of wedge this crowbar into the top panel, and with that like good heave, you guys kind of push down with your body weight, and it makes that, squeaking sound that nails make as they're being pulled out of wood, and the lid kind of pops off. As it does, I need you to make a fear roll.
Oh, God.
They have this in Chicago
Fear? Yeah.
every day.
We
Plus
live
2,
in
so
fear.
flat.
I'm immune to fear rolls now.
4.
You got a 4?
Yep.
Okay. And so as the door kind of cracks open, you look down and you see the face of 2 soldiers.
Ours or
Yeah, 2 American soldiers. All their skin has like grayed almost entirely at this point.
like they've been dead for a while.
Yeah, I could finish the description. Their skin is completely gray at this point and kind of devoid of any blood. You can see is like flies and maggots crawl out of their open mouths and some of their eyes. Running down their faces from their eye holes and their noses is this brownish, reddish liquid that seems to have dried but is oozing very slowly. What is left of it is kind of gobby and thick. As you look farther down, you can see a tear mark in the middle of the bottom soldier. He seems to have some kind of sharp object that was shoved into his body and then kind of just torn out, very similar to the one that you had seen in the butcher shop. The result of this injury is it severed his left leg entirely, and it's in the box with him, but it's not like attached anymore. The other soldier is missing the entire upper right side of his torso, including his neck and the bottom part of his face. It seems like, similarly, there was something maybe shoved into his shoulder and then ripped, and it just took his whole body with him. And then on the necks of both soldiers, on the nape of their neck, you can see a vertical scar that kind of runs over their spinal cord. So McAllister goes, Jesus Christ.
What the hell? I think we found.
So you two notice the distinct smell immediately, and then you realize, Billy, that it wasn't flowers, it was death.
Oh. Well, hell.
Yeah, both in the same time.
Yeah. He said, I associate the two strongly.
Is there
In Chicago, death is flowers.
Well, normal flowers and funerals. And shit.
Death is peace.
But yeah, so that's what you see as you kind of look down. He goes, well, I think there's our soldiers.
Where's the stupid truck? Let's look around.
And
do they
so-
should have their dog tags on them?
They probably do, yeah.
Sammy's just gonna go ahead and take them.
So you grab their dog tags, and McAllister kind of steps away and is like dry heaving almost. Not like a cat, but like he's just kind of like,
Sammy's just trying to like picture it like, okay, I've done this before. Like he's trying to picture it's an animal.
okay.
I used to scrap cars. What would they do with where's my truck, dude?
So like, is there anything on the soldiers like in
Not
there?
of note. I mean, they have some gear, but it's
Or, like-
mostly destroyed.
No, like okay, no note, no nothing.
No, they didn't have a note that was like,
Like the-
P.S.
Well-
Grimace tore me apart. Like,
Happy birthday.
Just checking. I did get chop shopped.
yeah, their corpses are just mangled.
Do we gotta send someone for this or?
He goes, I I think in the name of self-preservation, we just leave this to the chaplain, and he's going to put the lid back on, not like hammer it down or anything, but just lay it back on top.
All right, let's get out of here.
Is that the only box
Unless you wanna go through
that has
more.
a smell to it?
And this the only one that has a weird scent, yeah.
I want to go through the rest.
'Cause I don't know if I want to, if I'm honest.
I don't think
Might as well see.
I'm gonna walk up to him here. Give you the crowbar. You can go through it. I'm gonna
I'll
go get
keep
some
the
fresh air.
crowbar,
Billy
but
will hurt
I
his
will
back.
instead say we should probably go find the car. Right, that's still what we're looking for, right?
He goes, yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's do that.
Church is next. Maybe over there.
I don't think it would be in a church. There's no garages
We
in
didn't see
churches.
behind the. Do we see behind the church? I don't know what angle the church is. Like
The church is up farther of the road towards town, like towards the center of town, which is where you have to run.
Can't we? What we should do is we should go from where the truck enters, see if we could pick up a track and see where it went, and then what happened after that.
Well, that's on the north side of town. That'd be after the meetup.
came in from over there, and then our troops'
I'm gonna
bodies are
step out.
here.
Okay,
and
let's get out of this
it's
building.
Probably more further in town.
Can we get out of this building first?
Yeah. And so you guys will kind of step out of the warehouse into the main road. Again, dead quiet. There's not sound.
And we resealed the box.
He didn't seal it because he's not going to sit here and hammer a box shot for 15 minutes.
That's fair. Okay.
But he just put the lid back on.
The whole town like this? I mean,
So the whole town is quiet.
how much time do we have left?
He goes, not long. We have to rendezvous soon.
We can. We have time like to search one more thing.
He goes, do you really want to?
I mean, it's best to find out what we could find.
He goes, look, and he's going to look around. He's going to go, nobody's here.
This whole town's fucked.
Yeah, everything. This is now 2 corpses or 2 scenes of mangled corpses that we've seen, and there's 4 of
Is
us.
there still that green barn?
There was no green barn. There was a farmhouse with a green roof and a red barn.
How about we search the farmhouse?
He goes, I don't think we have time.
Okay.
We have to rendezvous. If we circle back, it'll take us at least 15 minutes to walk there.
What's around us?
So I don't want to barge into someone's house if they're in there.
Maybe
What's
the
around?
church will be better. God's with us there.
What's around us, like on the way there?
So if you were to keep going down the road, you would pass maybe some more well put together stores, maybe some like stone building stores. So you'd pass other cobblers, other grocers, other bakeries and wineries and shit. And then that large church, as mentioned earlier, that you'll pass on the way out or on the way in.
Does any of them look like out of place?
No, I mean, those are all normal things to have in town.
Well, like more like run down,
The
abandoned.
Germans
No.
put that church in the center?
They built the church.
They really wanted to worship God while they were killing and committing war crimes.
He goes, I think maybe it's best if we just head to the rendezvous and report.
All right.
He goes, agreed?
Yeah,
There's some trickery afoot.
And so as you kind of move your way down, you'll enter the plaza. As you come from the other side, or as you see from the other side, the other soldiers arrive. And you can see right on time. And Phelps is with them, by the way. Or no, Phelps is at the truck. I apologize. So it's Sullivan and his team. And so as you arrive, McAllister goes, all right, nothing but gruesome on our end. And Sullivan goes, yeah, we found a couple corpses,
Yeah,
mangled, scars on the neck.
Same thing.
Yeah.
We found the drivers.
Brownish ooze.
I think
blood.
that's just decomposition.
That's just blood.
Yeah.
And we found the drivers in the warehouse box, mangled, stuffed in a box in the house.
Jesus. And so Sullivan goes, all right.
Here's
I
their
think-
tags. I'm gonna hand them to.
He goes, thank you. And he just kind of shoves them in his bag for now. He goes, I think,
Kill confirmed.
he goes, no leads on the truck from our end.
I mean, the only lead,
There are definitely Germans about, though.
I picked up on was I tracked the truck, full-size American-made tires, into a barn. But it seems like it never left.
And so McAllister will go, my instinct tells me that we are under-equipped for this. He goes, my innate assumption would be to head back and to regroup with Phelps, explain the situation, and see if we can get some higher ordnance or something to retake
So
the town.
we came in from the east and they came in from the west.
And we met up in the middle.
What's the north and south of the
North
line?
and south is the main road. North is where the truck would have entered. South is where it should have exited.
Where'd the
So
other
it's
team come in
about
from?
Right.
What's that?
Where'd the other team come in from?
The west.
I know it's a long shot, and it's a lot of time, but what we can do is we can start from north and see if we could track the truck to exactly where it went. I know that's a lot of time, but that might be our best shot.
And O'Connell goes, I don't know about all that after all. He goes, I mean, there's what, fucking 8 of us?
But yeah, it is the mission.
He goes, yeah, but I mean, there's 8, like, we're going to die. And then
And-
Hughes is like, we're not going to die.
No.
We-
And
we-
it's more of the fact that we have to avenge our fallen brothers.
We proved this town's AWOL. Like it's definitely German territory now.
Yeah.
McAllister goes, yeah, I think we've proven, if nothing, that it's at least not friendly.
So
That was our mission,
we
and to find the
succeeded.
truck. But
I don't know. I'm just not sitting right, just abandoned, like leaving the mission like that.
He goes, McAllister goes, well, because I think Sullivan, we have to make a call. And Sullivan goes, yeah, no, I kind of agree with the guy, though, that you're with your soldier there, Private Anderson. I think if we could get more information on the truck, then it could. And then as he's saying that, there's a loud bang. And behind him, you see blood just spray into the air as O'Connell kind of falls to the ground, just like, ah, fuck! And he's just kind of clasping over his left eye as you see blood streaming out of his
Corporal
between his
O'Connell?
fingertips, Private O'Connell. Blood kind of streaming between his fingers and down his face and kind of soaking his hair there.
Do we see where it came from?
And then Sullivan goes, fuck, ambush! And then everybody grabs their rifles.
I'm gonna, yeah. Well, what I can.
Well, no, I grabbed my medic bag. I'm going for O'Connell.
I'm gonna wait a second.
Billy, give me your gun.
I'm gonna like, Billy, get the cover. I'll drag him to you.
You're gonna wait a second because it's combat.
Well, I'm just saying that might be the plan.
So, Sammy, I'm sorry for interrupting you. You go first.
I'm gonna look at Billy. Billy, get the cover. I'll drag him to you. I'm gonna look at who's around me.
Everybody.
I'm gonna look at.
So I guess
Winkler.
to set the scene for you guys so you understand, there's a large fountain in the plaza, which is where your rendezvous point was. You guys are kind of sitting next to the fountain conversing in this almost like turnstile street. And the shot, you can't really tell where it was, but O'Connell was facing south. So you can assume to hit him in the face, it had to come from that way.
Is there a building around us
There
that
are
I can
tons.
enter? So I'm gonna look at Winkler. Cover me. I'm gonna fireman carry O'Connell. And just go to the nearest board and kick open the door.
Okay, so you're going to run because he's heavy. And then you're going to make an athletics -2 because you're bursting through the door.
7, 5.
So you charge forward. You kind of, as bullets begin kind of raining down around you, you grab O'Connell, and he's kind of like blood streaming down his face as he's kind of like, as you got him, and there's just like holding his eye. And you run to the nearest store, which looks kind of like a what do they call that? A boutique, like a little shirts and shit. And you just kind of like slam your shoulder into the door, and the door flies open, knocking a bunch of shelves and stuff over as you kind of run quickly behind the most sturdy object, which is the counter, and kind of lay him down.
I'm gonna give him a shot. Like, hold this over until we get the medical.
Oh, fuck, and he kind of grabs it.
And I'm gonna.
God damn it!
Am I gonna get my rifle and just kind of?
Yeah, so you prepare yourself
In the
just
room.
to
Right,
guard
right.
the door. Yeah,
Well, cover Michael more like.
yeah. Billy, you're up next.
To the injured. We're going to the injured man.
Yeah. So you run quickly behind. As Sammy takes off, you take kind of a second to look around. Everyone's getting their gun and getting ready to move as you turn quickly and run behind them. Following maybe seconds behind. It's like the door swings open and then it kind of like swings back, and while it's, or oh no, it's not that kind of door. It swings open and breaks and you just follow through, hopping over the destroyed shelves as you see O'Connell starting to just press,
Shirt or something.
yeah, this like bandage or whatever, or this, yeah, a little bit of cloth to his eye.
And
to
in
try
true
take
video
off the-
game fashion, I'm gonna take my medic bag off and hit him with it because that's how it works. All right. Yeah,
looking-
I'd like to try to heal him.
Go ahead.
First things
I'd
first,
say you
I'm
use
gonna
a first
spend 2 of those, and then I'm gonna spend this, and then I'm gonna spend a penny, and then I'm gonna just keep.
Don't forget
There
about
we go.
healer also.
I didn't. 7, so 6.
What are you spending?
So I got a 6.
So on a 6, you come in and he's and you have the medic trait, right? So you come in quickly behind and he's like, oh fuck, and then you take the bandage off. You can see the bullet seems to have entered kind of diagonally into his left eye and then went out kind of left. So it didn't actually hit his brain at all, but it did take his eye completely out.
You're gonna have to wear an eye patch, my friend.
Yeah, so with the 6, you're able to kind of hold him still. You kind of grab him by the face as he's like squirming, and then you take some bandages and you kind of quickly, like diagonally wrap them around his head to cover his eye as it immediately begins to soak red from all the blood. But you feel as though it'll stop in a minute.
Okay. I'll be like, hold this. You need an eye
You just need
patch.
to hold him. You just wrapped it. So
Oh,
yeah, his head's wrapped up.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch it.
Don't pick at it.
It'll be better. I promise. And
God, fucking give me a rifle.
and then I'll hand him my rifle.
Okay. And so next would be your allies. So, Sammy, you can kind of see the street, and Billy, if you poke your head up, you can also kind of see the street. And Eugene, you're still out there. So you see as the team begins kind of firing at the various buildings, and they're like, we're surrounded. We have to move. And so Sullivan grabs Hughes, who has like crumpled up into a ball and is almost hiding. And he kind of grabs him. He's like, come on, let's go. And he runs kind of diagonal to a different building. And you see him kind of kick the door of this little like apartment building and like launch Hughes inside and then just run in himself. Sullivan is like, or not Sullivan, McAllister, your sergeant, is like, all right, we got to find cover. And so he's going to turn and run kind of left towards what seems to be like a small wine cellar. And he kind of goes and rips the door open and runs down there. And then O'Connell pops up from behind the cover. And he goes, I fucking had it. And so with his one eye and the other one still bleeding, he grabs the rifle and he fires a shot. And you see it kind of like whizzes through the door, and then you see it go into a window, and you just see a person kind of fall out of the window face first and hit the ground.
Good shot.
Is that who I have the bet with?
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn.
Okay, next is Eugene.
Shit.
Yeah, there's bullets whizzing around you. The sergeants have just kind of run off in different directions. Some of your allies ran into a near... Basically, everyone's just scrambling for the nearest cover.
What's the nearest cover for me?
Hard to assess accurately. You could run into where they are, or you could run into where one of the sergeants went. They're all
The
about
reduced
equidistant.
pace.
You're going to have to run either way.
I'm going to go towards them.
Okay, so you will run if you're going to do anything else? Or you don't have to roll a run die if you got reduced pace.
Yes.
We're doing zones.
I'm going to... I don't... As I'm running, do I see anyone within shooting?
You could probably pop a shot at one of the various windows that it's firing down on you.
I'm going to pop a shot at one of the various windows that's firing down at us.
Okay. So it's at a -2 because you did run, but...
Yeah, so -5. Don't let me down. 2.
So you turn and fire, not really at anything, but more just because it feels right, as you quickly run into the boutique where the door has been burst open. And you see O'Connell kind of mounted on the... kind of using the counter for support, holding his rifle, and then Sammy kind of rising, getting ready to go as you enter the room. And he goes, oh, look who made it.
Is there any more room back there?
Am I in full cover or not?
You guys will be in more or less full cover because you're in a fucking building.
Dig in.
So you'll have an additional minus to you. Okay. That's fine. So, as you kind of return, you suddenly hear the rapid thumping of machine gun fire kind of digging into the wall. As you can see across the street in one of the apartments, it seems like they have set up a machine gun.
How did we miss that?
So, Sammy, you have an additional -1, right?
I have dig in.
Yeah, so it's an additional minus. So it'd be -5 for you because it's full cover, plus -1 for you guys is -4. So suddenly the front of the front of the store just explodes. The windows shatter out as you see bits of like wood flying into the air. The machine guns for efforts at this time are fairly large. And so they are these giant caliber bullets. They have to be mounted because that's how much recoil they have. As the wood just starts exploding and popping up, and the bullets just start firing into the counter. And despite you being in full cover, Eugene, you do get hit for 15.
Eugene, signing off.
Did I get hit at all?
What's your toughness?
That's a 5.
So you will take 3 wounds. What are you at?
3.
So you can make that vigor roll.
I mean, he has no choice.
No.
2d6s.
These add together, so 9. So
the bullets kind of like pop, pop, pop as they fly up through the counter, and you see one just kind of go through and nail Eugene in the stomach as he kind of collapses to the ground. So you're battered. Your vigor die is reduced by a type.
I don't need that.
As he kind of like collapses, and you see blood starting to pour out of his body onto the floor.
Oh,
and so
that's unfortunate.
Brings us around to
new initiative.
Yeah, new initiative.
Is there?
Oh, sorry, Sammy. A bullet does tag you for 5.
But my toughness is 6.
Yeah, so you kind of get clipped as you duck down, and it knocks your helmet off.
Eugene took the brunt for you.
So also not enough to go over your toughness. So yeah, you guys kind of all duck quickly, and Eugene's the only one that doesn't manage. Well, he ducks in time, but it goes straight through the counter and hits him in the stomach.
Is there an upstairs to this place?
No.
Come on, Eugene, dodge.
Is there a back door?
Should have took dodge. I thought about it.
So Billy, you are our first guy. So yeah, Eugene's just been tagged as he kind of collapses. The rapid thudding of machine gun fire is still tearing up the store.
You know damn well what I'm doing. I'm going over to Eugene.
Yeah. So you kind of slide over to Eugene while keeping your head down enough to avoid getting blown to pieces. And
I'll Chicago crawl my way over to him, as they say.
Yeah. So you make it to him. You can make the medicine roll to attempt to stabilize him.
Get hit with the bag. I'm making great use out of this bag. Making great use out of this bag. That's a 4.
Yeah, Eugene kind of collapses as you rush over to stabilize him, and he is now stable. He's not going to bleed out. He's still laying on the ground holding his side.
Billy, it's cold.
It's okay, Eugene. Just go to the light. I mean, stay away from the light. The other one.
Billy, run. Oh, you give really bad advice.
Dr. Connor told me I need to work on my bedside manner.
Not that route.
And so then again, you do hear kind of the thudding of machine gun fire against the wall. Less success this time, though, as it just seems to be tearing up the storefront. As
I'm
you guys
prone
are
now.
Pretty well hidden in the back. as it's just shredding the store to pieces. So O'Connell, so your American allies go next. O'Connell's going to say, is going to like wait for like even a brief respite in the machine gun fire and try to fire back. But he's not able to really effectively poke out. He kind of like raises and fires, but then immediately has to duck to avoid getting the top of his head taken off. And he goes, I think we might have to move, as the machine guns are just kind of tearing the storefront behind you into pieces. From outside, you don't quite know what's going on, but you do hear gunfire from the kind of the buildings to either side of you. Eugene's unconscious. Sammy.
Is there a back door?
There does appear to be a back exit, yeah.
I'm looking around like I got like out the back door, so I'm just gonna go to the back door and get out.
Are you gonna just leave Eugene?
I'm
or do you want to have someone else carry him?
I'm looking at
Billy.
Billy. You got this? You want to carry him? Or want me to carry him?
I'm gonna, in slow motion. This is what happens in my brain. I look at him, who's bigger, tougher, worked on a farm, and then I look at me, who's like a skinny fucking street rat kid, and I'll be like,
Not skinny, well fit. Remember?
well fit. You're right. I'm sorry. Well,
I'm
kept.
the skinny one.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go to the door and kick it open.
Okay, so you kick the door open without much problem, and good intuition. As you kick the door open, there are 2 German soldiers that are trying to enter through the back, that were coming up to enter through the back door.
Did kicking the door open do anything to him?
No, they weren't that close.
So how close are they to me?
Medium or short.
Okay, I'm gonna bayonet stab one.
So you want to charge.
Well, are they in melee?
Short range is shooting. Melee is melee.
Oh.
You can run up to them. You have enough.
Charging.
movement.
So yeah, I want to run up to one, stab him,
Okay.
and then if that succeeds, I want to drop the gun, take it my knife, and hit the other.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you kind of make a fighting roll. I think it's +2 because you're charging. We're gonna say it's +2 because you're charging because I make the rules.
+2 to charge. 4.
Damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So you charge forward as you kind of bayonet charge the one, and it makes contact, but he was able to kind of hold the barrel as you charged him, and he's able to kind of pull back.
So
as
can I
it
just like
flips out?
fire? Since it's like barrel pointing at him technically.
Yeah. If you want to change your second action to that, you can. Remember,
I'm
it's got a -2 because it's multi-action.
I'm gonna shoot him since he pulled.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna pull the trigger. Shooting -2. 2.
So, and then you kind of fire as he kind of pulls the barrel off of him, and it fires behind him and thuds into the wall.
Eugene the king.
So I guess I go first.
So yeah, Billy,
Being
you
unconscious.
quickly are able to posture. So he kind of shoves the gun away as it fires into the dirt behind him. You're able to quickly react. So what do you do?
So can I just stab him again with the bayonet?
Yeah.
Or is this now melee?
I mean, it is, but you can still use the bayonet.
Okay. So I'm just like, what are my plans? I'm gonna draw the gun back
Yeah, I got you.
and just ram into him.
You got to roll to hit him first with fighting.
9, 10, 11.
That's a hit with a raise. Is this all you're doing this turn, by the way?
Oh yeah, no. So I want to do this, and if this succeeds, I want to stab the other guy with the
Okay,
bayonet.
cool.
So I need one
-2.
more
So
d6.
you still got an 8, though.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
You can just count it.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 on the first one.
Okay. So you kind of charge forward, or you already charged forward. So he's holding the bayonet at arm's length, and he kind of shoves it to the side as you fire. And as he does, you kind of pull it back, and it slices his hand open. And he kind of holds his hands out to stop you as you kind of drive the bayonet through his hands and kind of into his chest. And you pull back, and as he goes to lean up, you just kind of drive it into his forehead.
And then I'll just go to the second one.
Okay.
So would this be -2?
Fighting -2.
Oh, 6.
So, and then like the other one draws his pistol, and as he does, you kind of whip out your trench knife and swing at him, and it kind of knocks the gun out of his hand, or knocks the gun to the side, shaking him. Oh, the front of the store continues to burst. You guys are pretty well entrenched at this point, though, so the machine gun fire is mostly just destroying the storefront. It is slowly wearing out your cover, but not as rapidly as one might imagine. The guy that you are facing in the alleyway, Sammy, kind of like quickly he like stuffs his pistol in his bag and kind of whips out his trench knife and squares up with you, but he doesn't advance. Your American allies, you'll hear a cacophony of gunshots from the streets again as they kind of ring out all around. Across the street, you can kind of see as a couple of soldiers have kind of entered the loop, kind of advancing towards you. And as they're advancing towards the fountain, you see like a couple of them dropping 1 or 2 at a time. As it seems like your allies, wherever they are effectively firing down into the building. Then you see O'Connell pop out, fire his golden boy shot, and it nails the machine gunner window. And And so he kind of pops out and fires, and the window that's been kind of raining down on your thing, you see a guy you see blood just kind of squirt out of the window onto the side of the building. And he's like, I think I bought us a second. And then he turns to run out the door. Billy!
Billy turn. All right, let's grab Eugene, lift him up, and run out. In that order.
As a reminder, Eugene, you're still conscious. You're just unable to move.
Billy, oh, it's cold.
That's fine. Just get up. Let's go.
Okay, so is that all you're doing?
Yeah.
So as you kind of go to exit through the back door, you see Sammy kind of squared up with this German soldier. They're about to engage in a knife fight. O'Connell is a couple steps ahead of you, but you guys won't quite make it out there this turn.
Got it.
Billy, I don't think we're quite going to make it out of here this turn.
Thank you.
So up first is Billy. Or sorry, I apologize. Sammy. I looked at Sammy. I said Billy. Sammy, you're first. So yeah, you are kind of squared up. You see your allies are coming out of the building behind you.
I'm gonna you know what? Had enough of these damn Germans. I'm just gonna hit him with my knife.
Okay.
5.
So 5 hits him. Roll damage.
11, 12, 13.
So the soldier kind of stands there wide, and as you guys come out, he just turns for like a flash of a second, and Billy grabs his knife-wielding wrist and Sammy grabs his knife-wielding wrist and kind of pulls him in and stabs him. And then the guy kind of turns the knife to stab Sammy, and he kind of holds his arm up to block it, kind of like he's blocking like a left hook. And he just keeps driving the knife into this guy until the guy just collapses into the ground.
Let's move to that machine gun nest.
Technically, he's still alive. He's just bleeding out.
That's good. Bad.
Americans. So you're going to start moving towards the machine gun nest? Mm-hmm. So do you want to like loop to the street?
No,
So there's an alley to your left and an alley straight. The straight alley would lead you towards kind of where you came from. Left would go back to the plaza.
I want to see if I can stay in the back and loop around the building.
So at some point you'll have to cross a main street because it's on the other side of the plaza.
How close can I get without entering the plaza?
It'll take some extra turns, but you could go the long way, so to speak. So you'd cross the side streets until you got to that side.
How many extra turns?
If you ran straight across the plaza, probably 2 turns, except Billy could do it now if he wanted.
What?
Get there because he's quick, or he's fleet-footed. And then for you, it's probably 2 turns.
And we're cutting across the plaza, put me in like the machine gun kill zone?
Yes.
And going the long way would...
Keep you out of it.
But how long would that take?
Still 3 turns.
Okay, I'm just going the long way.
Okay. Are you guys following with? Well, I guess we'll get to your turns when we get there. So O'Connell will follow along, or no, O'Connell's going to head towards the main plaza. I don't think we have time for all that. And so you see him kind of rush down the street towards the main plaza, and he posts up behind a barrel and kind of starts firing in the direction of the enemy soldiers. Mm-hmm. You could see he's definitely hampered by the missing eye, so he seems like he intends to hold this position. You do hear fire raining down from the street continually for your allies, but you can't see them at the moment. So it's just you just hear the gun sound, the sounds of a gunfight. It's the exchanging of fire, and the occasional explosion. Okay, Billy.
That's me. All right, so I guess I'm gonna turn to Sammy and quickly grab his shoulder and be like, "Where are you going?"
I'm gonna go take out that machine gunner so they don't tear our team apart.
You're gonna go all the way across instead of running through the back alleys?
No, I think he is running the back alleys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
O'Connell's the one who went towards the main street.
I'm going the back alley so the wipe out the machine gun is before they tear our team to pieces.
Okay. All right.
Unless you have a better idea.
I got an idea.
What?
What are the odds that one of the Germans had a smoke grenade on them?
If you wanted to give me a Benny, you absolutely could have found a smoke grenade. How about we just hand it to me?
I
Says I'll get it back.
So yeah, you with a Benny to find an item, you do manage to find a smoke grenade. That is a German smoke grenade.
Amazing. I'm like, okay.
You know how they work?
Yeah. Pull this pin here, and then actually turn the little bottom piece and click, and it's
click
like
the little cotton thing.
Yeah. It works pretty easy. I'm gonna look at you and be like, instead of that, let's take this, and just get everyone to start running out. Like we have a cover of what?
I'm going to kill that machine gunner.
We can leave.
Nah, I'm going to kill him.
All right.
Well, so
someone's gone delusional.
I will remind everybody that the rest of your squad has not emerged safe yet. They are still under heavy fire in the main area.
I'm not ditching our team like that.
I can't move.
And
so.
by the time we get the rest of our team, that smoke will clear, and then it can clear when we're exiting, and then we'll just fish in a barrel.
All right. I'm done talking. I'm gonna throw the. I'm gonna go towards where our team is pinned down effectively, and then I'm going to lay smoke for them, and I'm going to tell them to run.
So that's fine. You can do that. So you're trying to you got to make an athletics because you're trying to launch it into a particular place. But
I
it's,
can
it's,
do
I'm going to
that.
give you that it's a wide area, so you have a +2.
Double sixes.
Nice.
7.
So you have not historically been good at throwing things, but it counts this time. And so you take it and you kind of bounce it off the ground, and it kind of bounces its way over as it starts to go off, trailing, not only leaving the smoke where you wanted it to go, but kind of trailing smoke back towards your direction, so that if they wanted to run to you, they hypothetically could.
Cool. And then my next would be to yell. It'd be like, everybody run towards the back of the store now.
Okay. So you kind of quickly trail the smoke, covering your allies on their. Oh my god, covering your allies on their retreat. And as you do pop out to throw the grenade, one of them will have a chance to shoot you.
Shoot me and die. I bet you.
Your allies, I mean, no.
Reverse Uno card.
But on a 2, they don't quite do it. So you pop out, and the bullet whizzes past you as you're launching this grenade through your grip.
So I'm going to reiterate what I said then. Instead of run to the back door, it's going to be, run to the back door.
So yeah, they and so the smoke starts to billow out and cover the main plaza there. And so the rest of the Germans will go. None of you are in a direct line of fire at the moment, so you can just hear the sounds of kind of combat going on around you. Yeah, you do hear kind of the continual machine gun fire. So over your shoulders, you do hear people yelling in German, not talking, commanding in German.
Yeah.
As they seem to be slowly closing in on your position from behind. Out in the main street, you hear the machine gun fire start to pick up again as it seems someone new has mounted the gun that was just cleared out by O'Connell. Billy. You
Okay.
can also go on hold.
One of my friends is going to go murder a machine gunner. My other friend is unconscious.
He's conscious. He's just
Billy, don't leave me.
bleeding.
He's relatively unconscious.
He's useless.
What can I do? I'm going to go on hold.
okay. So Billy goes on hold. Oh, that leaves Sammy.
And
Can
then
I,
the allied powers.
can I, before I
He's
start,
allied.
now is that smoke be covering the way I gotta go or no?
Yeah.
So I can run through the short way.
Yeah. No. The short way is not fully covered. He covered basically the alley to get
So
to you.
before I go, I want to pick up the German's handgun he had,
Okay. Yeah.
and then I'm gonna full sprint to the machine gunner.
So you're gonna run through the central plaza.
No, I'm gonna go my original way.
Oh, okay.
The long way.
then Sammy takes off across the street to a nearby alleyway at a side street, and so you can tell he's trying to circumvent the plaza, kind of slow-mo style.
Can I like run to make it shorter?
No, that's assuming that you're running.
That's like
It'll
my
take 3
that's-
turns.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the allied powers. So O'Connell, you'll see him fire another shot off kind of that way, and then duck back behind the barrel as machine gun bullets start tearing into the alleyway. He goes, I don't think I can hit him from here. You also hear kind of a cacophony of machine gun fire, but then you see emerging from that building that you covered with the smoke, you see Sergeant Sullivan, so the other side's commander, and Private Hughes, who had run into this apartment building at the start of the battle, as they kind of come running down, and he spins like around the corner to the alley, and you see Private Hughes is just covered in blood, and Sergeant Sullivan's like, good work, as he kind of leans up against the wall. He goes, where's the rest of the team?
Sammy ran somewhere to take out the machine gunner, I think.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
I can go get him. Oh, actually, I look at Hughes. Is Hughes okay?
Physically, yes.
Got it. Deal with that when I go. I'll go get Sammy. You guys start heading out.
Okay. Well, we can't head out yet. We got to get McAllister and that other guy,
Oh, yeah.
Reynolds.
A lot of people here. Okay. Can you get him out? I'll go stop Sammy and try to get him to come back here.
I'll do my best.
Okay. I'm going to go run towards Sammy.
Okay. So you are coming off hold.
Yeah, I'm going to come off hall and I'm going
Okay.
to start
So you'll
sprinting.
catch Sammy with no problem because you're faster than him.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of moving your way through the alleys there, Sammy, you see that Billy has caught up to you surprisingly quick.
Chicago speed.
And so you turn to face him. I mean, he's there.
I had to outrun cars,
I got
man.
I got the German pistol in the hand, knife in the other. Like yeah.
We're turning back.
No, I'm killing this guy.
No. Order. You're turning back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go continue killing this guy. So I'm gonna continue going.
So you're going to disobey a direct order from a
Insubordination.
superior?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you are going to leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue going where I was going.
Okay. I think that was my turn, technically.
Yeah, I mean, your move, you could do an action. You'd have a -2 because you ran. But
No, I think I'll wait.
Okay. You hear the sounds of machine gun fire kind of going. And actually, I need everybody except Sammy, who's in an alleyway, to make a notice roll.
I like
Even
those.
Be at a
Jeans?
Or is it? Aren't you with
I'll
me?
even give it to you,
He's
Gene,
with
'cause
me.
he can see.
Just see the.
Well, he's
gunfire.
but you like continued running.
Oh,
He's
okay.
kind of still watching.
1.
None.
So yeah, you still hear the thumping of machine gun fire and bullets raining down. Billy,
That's me.
what are you doing?
All right. Well, I'm going to turn. I'm going to let Sammy go do what he wishes, and I'm going to go turn back, and I'll come back and I'll see what the situation is, I guess.
Okay, so you return back to the squad, and Sullivan's like, "Where is he?"
He disagreed with my telling him to come back here.
Damn. All right, deserter. That's fine. He goes, we'll deal with that later. He goes, so McAllister's pinned in the northwest corner as far as I can tell. And then he kind of looks over and he goes, fuck. And he throws his bag on the ground and he starts rapidly digging through it. And he's like, masks, as he kind of like takes it out and puts his gas mask on.
Oh, okay. I guess time to make use of scavenger.
No, you have one. Everyone has one.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Better. I'll put my mask on Eugene. I'll put Eugene's
Your mask
on,
on Eugene and his mask
on
on you.
me. Yeah, someone kissing.
Thanks, Billy.
Well,
Does it fit my face right?
I'll put a mask on Eugene and I'll put one on me.
so yeah, then there's this like loud hissing sound.
Do I hear this at this point?
What's that?
Would I hear it?
No, you decided to go away from the group, so you have no idea what's happening. And so, yeah, as there's this loud hissing sound, and everybody masks up, as suddenly the area is blanketed in a thick yellow gas. And what you could see before the gas hits is that the enemy forces had begun running away. Mm-hmm. They seemed like they were demounting and they were getting ready to leave.
Question, Grand Poobah, also known as God.
Yes.
Did McAllister, who's still pinned, right? Did he put on a mask or no?
You can't see him; you just know where he is vaguely.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, suddenly the city is now blanketed in this thick yellow gas. So everybody gets to make a vigor roll.
Mustard.
+2 if you have a
Mask.
gas mask on, but flat for.
It's a good thing I lost a bigger die.
Or actually, no, I think it's -2. So neutral for everyone who has a gas mask. -2 for Sammy.
Yep, fail.
I passed. I got a 4.
Ooh, crit fail.
Oh no!
Since I'm prone in the gas, is it just above my face?
Oh, you don't have to make a roll.
Okay, cool.
You just failed. It's cool.
Yeah, you're just dying.
Make a fear test, everybody. -2.
Fear?
I'll
What up,
just
man?
choose
Because I
not
got
to
a crit
breathe.
fail.
Still -2.
Well, my vigor I'm talking about.
I'll get there in a second.
Okay, so fear -2.
Nope.
How's a big fucking
That's spirit,
7
right?
say?
5.
So you take 2 levels of fatigue.
All right.
What are you currently at?
None. That would put
Okay.
me at 2.
So
And I passed the fear.
yeah. So you kind of like, as there's a hissing and it shatters into the ground and the gas disperses throughout the city, you begin coughing and choking as all your orifices are burning. And you quickly fumble for your bag, but you can't open your eyes as you're, I assume, digging for your gas mask. And after what feels like an eternity of choking, you manage to finally grab your gas mask out and put it on. But now you're coughing into the mask and your lungs are like burning as the city has been blanketed in mustard gas. Did you?
I failed my fear roll.
So you can actually make the fear table roll.
And the bigger roll. And the heart attack. Let's go. A 4.
So you are vulnerable for the next foreseeable bit.
Billy, I feel weak.
So Sullivan,
Billy, use the gun.
Sullivan is kind of like, all right, everybody, I need you to try to tend to Eugene. I'm gonna go see if Sullivan's or if McAllister's alive. O'Connell, you stay and cover them. God knows where Sammy went, but we'll get out of here. And then he'll proceed to kind of take his rifle and cautiously turn the corner into the plaza.
Okay.
You're not in combat anymore, so you can kind of move and act freely.
All right, Eugene, let's fix you up
Would
real
I know
quick.
if they were treated or not?
No, you left everybody.
So I'm gonna
I don't assume
continue-
You're familiar with war tactics.
No, so I'm going to continue walking towards the building where I knew the machine gunner was.
You will notably hear that it stopped firing, but
My thing is that they'll just put the mask on every time.
right.
So I'm going to
Okay.
go to it.
That's fine.
I was going to go tend to Eugene.
Okay, so
9, so 8.
so you are not shaken, and I'll remove the vulnerable because you got a raise. So he kind of quickly comes over to you, and the bullet that tore through your stomach is pretty severe, but he's able to get you up and moving again. He kind of gives it like he wraps it around your torso kind of tight. How many charges did you use?
All of them.
So he
the
gets
rest of
like the rest of his bandages and just wraps your whole like lower torso pretty tightly. And O'Connell's like, "You good?"
This gas messes with the wound a little bit.
Yeah, I bet that hurts.
Yeah.
And so you see O'Connell kind of crack the chamber and take a few more bullets and pop them into the rifle. And he goes, "Think everyone's alive?"
Well, we're good. I'm hoping that Mr. Mitchell got his gas mask on.
Mr. Mitchell?
No, not O'Connell. Shit, the other one. The one that was pinned. I can't think of his name right now.
Sullivan?
Was he the one that was pinned? Yeah.
McAllister?
McAllister. That's it. Yeah.
Mitchell, yeah. I hope.
Should we head towards them or should we?
Our order was to wait here.
Okie dokie.
This is probably the safest area to be in.
Or the
Also, if we
unsafest.
try to move to find Sergeant Sullivan and he comes to find us here, we're just going to get lost.
Yeah, let's wait down a minute. I'm gonna sit and be like, "Do you need any help, O'Connell?"
Aside from the eye, I'm good.
I can't give you new eye, sadly.
So as time kind of passes and you're all kind of waiting, Sullivan and McAllister kind of round the corner.
I was looking for the.
Yeah, no, I'll get to you.
Okay.
Calm down there. Sullivan and McAllister kind of round the corner, and you see Corporal Reynolds as well. He goes, "All right, that's most of us." McAllister goes, "Where's Sammy?"
Sammy ran toward the gunner.
He goes, technically he deserted, but I think he was more just overzealous." McAllister goes, "Okay, we need to go get him. We can't let him die. That's discipline's discipline, but we got to go get him."
Right.
Which way did he head?
I'm gonna point towards the alleyways he went through.
Would you mind leading?
Yeah. No, I don't mind.
Okay. And he goes, "O'Connell, you help Eugene." So O'Connell will kind of hold his arm under
Thanks,
yours
man.
to help you walk as you guys kind of walk down the alley towards the direction Sammy went.
Yes.
So, Sammy, you're running. You're running. There is no machine gun fire at all. There is no fire at all. The bullets have died down. The sounds of battle have died down. Make a stealth, because I assume you're being quiet.
3.
Okay, so you're moving through. And then you do see someone kind of stumbling through the gas. And as he kind of falls into view, it seems like a villager, like a normal French guy.
So I'm gonna run up to him.
And as you run up to him, you see that he's kind of picking at his face and peeling bits of his own skin off.
Does he not have a gas mask?
No, he does not.
So
And before you can really react, he's kind of doing this. His blood is pouring down his hands, like onto the ground, his own blood. And he kind of looks up to you, and his eyes have like this deep yellow color to them. And he's just kind of like, and then he just charges at you at full speed. Thank you for watching, everybody. This was episode 4 of The Unlucky Ones. Remember, if you like the episode, to follow us on Spotify, give us a 5 stars on Apple Podcast, leave us a like, and follow on YouTube, and leave any comments or notifications, or leave any comments that you have, and ring the notification bell to be told when we drop our next episode. And as always, don't run away from your teammates.
Your support is what helps Eugene live to see another day.
Yeah, your support is what stops us from killing Eugene
Send
every episode.
$5 and we'll find new ways to keep Eugene alive.
Every time.
Sure.
I got you, Eugene. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah, I see white.
Until I fuck up one time, and then you're going somewhere.
You're gonna go. Goodbye.
Cut all this out.
3.
Leave it in. Don't tell me what to do.